Hello and welcome to Niner FIFA Radio's post-game show. I'm your host Jaymie, and we are here to talk about the final, obviously post the 49ers versus Carolina Panthers game for Week 4 of the 2022 NFL season, or Week 5. This is technically Week 5, I believe. Um, Week 4, Week 5. I can't remember. We're already into this. No, yeah, this is Week 5. Um, so the final score was 37-15, 49ers winning. Um, so let's get into it. I don't know. Normally I would start off with injuries, but I think we're going to hold off a little bit on that for a few minutes because we do have some serious injuries to kind of talk about for later. So basically, 49ers went into the Carolina Stadium. Apparently, there's a lot of 49er fans there. So shout out to you guys. I keep seeing there's a lot of red jerseys done, and I don't remember the name of the stadium, but for the stadium, and stuff like that. So that's pretty awesome. Good takeover, guys. Um, so yeah, there was that. Offense actually looked decent. Jimmy threw the ball honestly pretty well. It, from what I from what I've seen, he definitely made some hard throws to like. There's a couple of throws that he was actually like getting some throwing power in there. So I want to talk about this for a minute because I don't know exactly. Jimmy is a very interesting player because some days he throws like this, he plays like this, where he plays really solid football and able to keep the team afloat and all of that jazz. So I think that's pretty awesome. He played well. He threw the ball well. I don't believe he had any interceptions from what I could tell, or anything. I believe he had 2 touchdowns. He threw for about 256. I'd have to refind the stats. I saw it earlier on Twitter. His exact stats, but let's see if I can find it. I believe he threw for 256. Let's see if I'm right. See if I am right. Ba-ba-dum. There's this tweet from NFL Research. Jimmy Garoppolo is now 35-15 and has a 98.8 passer rating in his career as a starter. Since the 1970 merger, the only QB with 35 plus wins and a higher passer rating over his first 50 starts with Garoppolo's Super Bowl 54 opponent Patrick Mahomes, 40 wins, 109.5 passer rating. Let's see. Oh yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo today. This is from Brickgrid. I don't know how to say that. BR Gridiron on Twitter. He was 18 of 30, had 253 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the final score was 37-15. His stats from Splash_cousin is the on Twitter is 8 for 9. This is him on third down. By the way, he was 8 for 9, 118 yards, 1 touchdown, 155.7 passer rating, and 7 first downs. The 49ers converted 70% of their third downs with Garoppolo dropped back today. So Jimmy Garoppolo obviously played well today. I know we as 49er fans are very divided on Jimmy. But what I think is positive about this is if we get this Jimmy Garoppolo more often than the Broncos Jimmy Garoppolo, who played against the Broncos, we will be in pretty good business for this season. Because Jimmy Garoppolo played well. The offense, I think, while it had its moments, still had issues. I'm sure, but like this is definitely a very talented team. I see I have a comment here. Niners Take This podcast. Hello, Jaymie and the faithful. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. It's great to see you back. So yeah, I mean, I know we're all very conflicted on Jaymie and all of the issues surrounding him. I would love it if Trey was playing right now, but just for Trey to get those reps. But this is sort of like this weird blessing in disguise sort of situation where Jaymie can play at a high enough level where we can make the playoffs. We can make a playoff run if he plays like this. Also, we are now having a game over our division in our division because the Seahawks, the Cardinals, and the Rams all lost today. So we are 3-2, and we are leading the division. That you guys might like to know that, and stuff like that. We did what else? Jeff Wilson had 120 yards and a touchdown today. He had a very, very good game. He had some really great runs. He played very solid. It was good to see. Tevin Goldman had some really awesome runs as well in this game. He played very well, and stuff like that. Yeah, so he played well a lot of the time, from what I could tell. So, let's see the defense. So let's talk about the defense for a few minutes. Oh my gosh. So, as I talked with Jason on our Friday news wrap up show, and stuff, Carolina really did. Hold on, I have a comment here before we get into that. Okay, here is Manners Sickness Podcast. He has this comment. If Jaymie plays the way he did today, we can win many games. Agreed. Mosley for the year is heartbreaking, and Bosa injuries suck. I agree with all of this. I will talk more about the Mosley injury and Bosa later. I'll talk that more towards the later end of the show, but yeah, if Jaymie keeps playing this way or close to this level that he's playing, he should be fine. We should be in good shape because this is a Jaymie that can. Well, maybe the offense would be better with Trey Lance, who has more of like throwing power down the field. But this Jaymie was throwing the ball into some pretty tight windows this game. He really was. So he made some tough throws. So I'm going to give him that. Take of it what you will. I'll try not to harp on this too much, but yeah. We have another comment here from Damien. What's up, Beto and Niner family? Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Also, if there's anything specific you guys want to talk about, listen in the comments here, and I'll try to read it, and we can get to it and have a conversation. So, feel free to comment wherever you're watching. So let's get into the defense a little bit. The defense overall played very well. They did not allow Carolina to score a touchdown in the first half of the game. They held, honestly, like Christian McCaffrey was going to get out eventually. He was going to make some plays because Carolina's offense really goes through McCaffrey at this point, like me and Jason talked about on Friday's show. He really is kind of like we have some more comments. Sorry, I was scanning those real quick. So the defense did very, very, very well. They held Carolina to 15 points this whole game. I think they only scored one touchdown, I believe. One touchdown. And the defense just played awesome there. Mosley got a pick six at one point in the game. Everybody was everywhere. They were they're doing a very good job holding McCaffrey to a limited amount of runs and stuff like that. The defense is phenomenal, and they're going to be the reason we get as far as we do in this year. I really feel like that. Now that could potentially change because we do have some injuries that we can talk about later that could impact us a little bit, but we will talk about that later. I have a couple more comments. Niners Sickness Podcast. What want your opinion on who the best O line is so far in 5 games? Now, are you talking about the best O line player on San Francisco? Or are you talking about like what team out of all the NFL teams have the best O line? Because I will tell you, I barely have enough time to keep up with the Niners right now, so I haven't really watched that much other football. So if you're talking just Niner players, let me see. I don't know. I mean, I have to give it. I don't really know if I could pick. Oh, out of the rookie. Okay, yeah, our O line. I just gotta give it up to our interior O line. Honestly, like some of the rookies. I think Banks has played very well. I think all of them, as a unit, has played particularly well. Because I think we were all worried going into this season. I know we talked about this a lot, that the O line, the interior O line in particular, was going to be a problem. Just because there wasn't very much experience there. We waited. Alex Mack, we didn't know was coming back, if he was retiring, what he was doing, and we kind of waited. He kind of waited really late, so we ended up just kind of going with the guys that we had and stuff like that. So I really think the like interior O line has really surprised a lot of people. I think the rookies have all done really well. So I don't really know if I could choose. Okay. And then like if you're talking yeah. And Damien says the Bills have the best O line. I believe you. The Bills are very, very good. They are very good. They're gonna be a team to watch throughout the season. Josh Allen is something else. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Damon also says, as long as Jimmy sticks to the run first and pass second, we are good. The run always sets up the pass. Exactly. And I think that is just the genius of Kyle's scheme. If the run starts working, then we can pass. Like it's just Kyle just has such a really good system that he works with, and and stuff like that. So the run and the fact that our running game was so solid this game with Jeff Wilson and Tevin Coleman and all of our guys doing well and the blocking being good as it needs to be for the run to work, just shows if we just stick to what we're good at, we are a very good team, and we are a very good team. We're very solid, and we can just keep going. So I think that's pretty exciting, and stuff like that. So, yeah, the defense, the defense, yeah. So we have some injuries that I think we need to talk about for a little bit. Nick Bosa has a groin injury. He was out. I believe he got out early in the game. I read a tweet. I haven't gotten a chance to watch the pressers, but I believe I read something that Kyle said it's just tightness. So hopefully it's nothing too serious, something that could be worked out with this week, and hopefully it's not going to tie Bosa up too much. They are Emmanuel Mosley, it seems to be, we don't have confirmation yet, but he might have probably tore his ACL in this game, near the end of the game. So we will have to, we'll have to wait for more confirmation if that is the case. That is, I feel very bad for Mosley. Mosley has been playing a very great game. He will be, he's going to be just a great player overall. It just sucks because he was up for an extension right now. So this was like his big year to really prove and earn that extra money that he was hoping to get. But now he's going to probably have to take a prove-it deal because teams are going to be a little bit wary on his with the injuries and stuff like that and how he comes back. So hopefully he's all right. Hopefully it's not an ACL, but by some miracle it's not, and that it's just some sort of sprain or something that's not as serious. But with our 49ers injury luck, it's probably an ACL. But we will keep you updated once we get more information. We'll probably get information tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on all of this imaging and all of that fun stuff once they get official confirmation. Robbie Gould has a knee contusion, so we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully that's something that's not too serious and he can bounce back from. Jaymie Ward played one snap and broke his hand. So he's probably out most of the rest of the season, I believe. We'll get more information once we realize how serious it is, if he needs surgery or whatever the case is with his hand. A lot of this is just they haven't had time to go and do imaging and really, really get down into how serious it is and treatment plans and stuff like that yet, because it just happened. So we'll get more information on all of that stuff later. Yeah, so those are the bigger injuries popping up, the ones that I could find. I think Mosley is the most heartbreaking because he's just, it's just a bummer. Good news though, Jason Verrett is pretty much ready to come back, so we'll see if Jason can come in and fill in, and let's just hope the Mosley thing isn't as bad as it seems it's going to be. But hopefully the defense just keeps playing out while they're playing, because the defense has been playing lights out. They've been playing at a very, very high level. So I'm just really hoping that we can keep going and keep moving with this defense, because they are playing ridiculous. Like this is a defense that can win you a lot of freaking games by holding their opposing offense to very limited points. So there is that. And yeah, I mean, is there anything else in particular you guys want to talk about? I mean, that's really it. The defense just played really, really well. I honestly, didn't really get a chance to listen to the game because my phone wasn't working. So I've just been watching highlights and repeats since I've been home and stuff like that, and just checking Twitter and trying to get all the info that I can. But I mean, if we keep playing like this, we can make some serious damage in the playoffs, hopefully. So I'm really hopeful that we can keep playing at this level, and we went in and took care of business is what we need to do against teams like Carolina. I mean, Carolina was not a team that was super, super worrying, like me and Jason talked about on Friday. This was a game that Niners should have won and did win, took care of business, did what they got to do. So, yeah, I mean, that is pretty much all that I really have. I didn't want to take too long. There wasn't too much to talk about. The Niners just had a very dominant performance. And when they do have this dominant of a performance, it's not very much to talk about. The offense obviously still has ups and downs. And probably will through the whole season. Because it's just how we roll. If the offense keeps playing at this level, the defense keeps playing at this level, we're going to be we're going to be a very tough team to a lot of other teams in the league. So I'm excited for next week. We're going to staying on the East Coast. We're playing Atlanta. Should be it'll probably be a different attack, but Atlanta is also not a super terrifying team right now. So yeah. If you guys have anything else before I start wrapping it up a little bit more, that you guys want to talk about, it's just me, so I don't want to ramble on too long. Is there anything else in particular you guys want to talk about that maybe I missed, and stuff like that? Just let me know. Also, if you want to follow us, we're on Twitter at 905R. We're at 905 Radio on Facebook and Instagram. And I believe we're at 905 Radio on Twitch. If you find one of our tags, it should have the social media info for all the other stuff. So definitely give us a follow, tweet at us, all that fun jazz. Normally for our game day, we have our main guy, Niner Faithful. He does the pregame show. Jason does the halftime show, and then I do the postgame show after work. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how we're rolling right now. Anything else? Anything else? Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining me for this nice post-game show. Didn't want to keep you guys too long. And follow, keep up with us. On Tuesday, we're going to have our main show, Niner Faithful Radio main show with Jason and our main guy, Niner Faithful. They'll be talking, breaking down this game a little bit more in detail and all that fun jazz. And then join me and Jason on Fridays where we talk all Niner news, wrap up for the week. And hopefully by Tuesday, we have some more updates on the injuries, if they're more significant than we thought, and all of that stuff and whatnot. And we'll keep you guys updated because really injuries are the talk of the season because we're getting very, very beat up again. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted. All right. Well, thank you for joining. And as always, go Niners.